Good morning, Aquarians. Medicine here. And today we're doing a reading for the week of January 15th for you all. Um, this week seems to be more on kind of a life lesson kind of week. Looking at the King of Cups here, we're not starting off at bad at all. This seems to be a week for um, this seems to be a week where it's perhaps time uh, to have. This is a great week where it's perhaps time to build on emotional relationships concerning your family. If you're someone this week that wants to have kids, for example, this card, the King of Cups, is saying that you are someone that this is kind of time earlier in the week to where you might be able to start thinking about that. If you're someone that wants to build on family, you know, increasing your family in general, and kind of having this inspiration on what family would be like, what home would be like, where there's kids and, you have a loving wife or husband or partner and, everything is happy and, and you're envisioning this life. So kind of earlier on in the week, Aquarians, this is kind of that week where you're really starting to look into your emotional relationships and really building on them and really getting inspired and wanting to expand on your relationships, on your familial status. So that's kind of how the week starts off. It starts off in kind of in a good way, and then we get towards the middle of the week where we meet the magician, and the magician is in reverse. So there's some tricks going on around the middle of the week. Someone is giving you false representation or a falsehood. People are perhaps playing with your thoughts and dreams, and kind of you know, what's the word here? And you'll have to forgive me because I'm a bit under the weather at the moment, but they're just playing with your thoughts and dreams, and they're tricking you, and they're showing you things that they know you want to see, but it's not necessarily true. It's kind of more false, and they're just kind of showing it to you because they know it'll make you happy, but it's kind of just playing with you, not really taking it seriously. Just someone that's being very tricksy, someone that's showing you what you want to see, but not what's reality or not what really is. Just kind of being really tricksy there towards the middle of the week. And it seems that they succeed in that because with the Five of Swords, we have someone who's now taken possession of everything that might have been important to you, of kind of all your thoughts here. And maybe sometime earlier in the week you thought this was something that you can overcome. You thought that this was something that you might be able to withstand, that you might be able to beat this person, that you might be able to, this person is not about to harm you or hurt you in any kind of way. And unfortunately it seems that they are very skilled perhaps in being very tricksy. They know what to say and what to do, how to make someone think in order to get what they want. And it seems like towards the end of the week that they're kind of getting what they want. Okay, so they kind of played off your emotions earlier on in the week. They kind of played off of your emotions is what I'm getting. That they kind of played off of your wanting to expand, familial wise. They're kind of playing off of that, and kind of showing you illusions and tricks off of that, and telling you kind of being very false with you. And then, and unfortunately, it seems like they win in this situation. It seems like they win there, that they Perhaps there was something, the trick is with the Five of Swords is perhaps there was something there that you kind of overlooked. You kind of took too much pride in what you wanted, and maybe it was a little bit too much. And if you were to kind of assess the situation and kind of humble yourself in the situation, then they probably wouldn't win towards the end of the week. But it's more kind of, it's not even just the fact that they won. They kind of won because pride and ego got in the way. So if I were to say any advice to you, if you're reading this sometime earlier in the week, don't let pride and ego get in the way. And then we have Unicorn Oracle Share. When you share, everyone feels happy. And I kind of like this one a lot because it's got this unicorn and all the roses, and it's kind of really pretty. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty card. I have to say that one is a very pretty card. I really do like that one a lot. So, if you'd like to make new friends, start by sharing with them. You can do this in many ways, such as helping someone with their work or giving them some food. You can also share your feelings with a person, and they'll also share their feelings with you. Sharing feelings often makes your friendships closer. It's also a good idea to share things with others. Do you have anything in your closet that you never use? If it's okay with your family, why not give it away to someone who needs it? This will make you both feel happy. As you give away old things, you'll discover a secret. New things will come to you as if by magic. It's true. So that's what the Unicorn Oracle says, is that, if you're someone that's trying to connect, in an emotional way, if you're someone that's trying to connect with your relationships and trying to build on relationship, then it's probably a great time to start sharing things. It's probably a great time to start going into your closet and looking for things that you no longer use anymore, you no longer need anymore, and giving them to someone who does. Sharing it is it's just such a great way to kind of free yourself of dense energies. I, for one, am a big believer in the fact that old things that we never use anymore, they carry dense energy because they're just sitting there. We're not using them anymore. And this dense energy, I personally feel like is kind of anti-productive, if you will. It's not very supportive towards who we are, where we want to go, who we want to be. It's putting this dense energy in the home, in your home, and it has no more use there. Giving it to someone else, clearing that denseness from it, and giving it to someone who can actually use it, who can actually put it to good use. That would make you feel better, number one, because you're giving to someone else, and number two, because you're freeing yourself of that dense energy. I feel like I notice a really big difference when I free myself of dense energies that are in my home. And you're giving it to someone who it may have been dense to you because you weren't using it anymore, but it's definitely not to them. This is probably something that they need. And so, who can you share with this week? Again, with the Five of Swords, it's about humility. It's about being humble. Who can you share with this week, Aquarians? Think about that for a moment. Yeah. We all have life lessons and life struggles. This seems to be a very good outcome overall. If you'd like to leave any comments about throughout the week about how the spirit of sharing might have worked for you, feel free. If not, no worries. But I do look forward to sitting in circle with you next week. Have a great week. Aho.